Have you ever wanted to spark a classroom discussion where every student isn't just participating, but genuinely grappling with complex ideas, defending their beliefs, and truly listening to others? If this sounds like a dream, then I'm excited to introduce to you a strategy that can make it a reality. Hi, I'm Rochelle Kanansar, Instructional Specialist over Targeted Supports, here to talk to you about philosophical chairs. For those unfamiliar, imagine your classroom transformed into a living, breathing debate. You present a compelling statement, something open-ended, thought-provoking. Students then physically move to one side of the room if they agree with the statement, to the other if they disagree, or to the middle if they're undecided or need more information. But the magic isn't just in the movement, it's in the intellectual dance that follows. Students take turns articulating their reasoning, building on previous points, respectfully challenging opposing viewpoints, and perhaps most powerfully, even changing their minds. So what does this look like in a classroom? Well, that depends. Philosophical chairs can look different depending on the grade level. As an example, topics should reflect the skill and understanding of the classroom. But regardless of the grade level, philosophical chairs cultivates skills that are absolutely crucial for our scholars, not just in school, but in life. So let's take a look at a secondary example.
Folks, here's our central statement for discussion and debate. Celebrities, such as Taylor Swift, they provide a benefit for professional sports. Just being part of that sport, what I want to do for just a few minutes is jot down as many agree and disagree ideas as you can on that central statement. Let's do about 2 minutes just to think on our own, and then we'll exchange some ideas together.
First, it's a masterclass in critical thinking. Students learn to analyze arguments, identify logical fallacies, and construct persuasive, evidence-based claims. They're not just memorizing facts, they're using them to build a case.
At the bottom, this is your position statement. I agree or disagree with the central statement because, so go ahead and finish that sentence stem. All right, as you finish up that last thought, let's run down real fast the basic rules of engagement so we remember. Understand the central statement, right? And take a stand. You're either going to agree with the central statement or you're going to disagree. Always listening carefully to the other people who are speaking to make sure that you are understanding what they're saying before you respond possibly to what they're saying. Only one person speaks at a time. When you're responding to someone on the other side, give them their due. I appreciate what you said about this, identify what they said. However, here's how I would respond to that. This is the agree side. I wrote that on the board. That means that this is the disagree side. We're going to line straight up the middle here. All right, let's pick a side. Bring your paper with you. All right, let's start with the agree side. What is your argument on the central statement?
Celebrities benefit the sport every single way, and every person except the hardcore fans.
Why? Elaborate on your why, please.
Brings in more people, brings in more money, benefits the creators, brings also benefits celebrities, good more publicity, and the only people upset are the hardcore fans because they think the new fans they're kind of big.
Disagree side. Respond or bring in a new point, please.
So one of my points is that when celebrities do attend, sometimes they draw too much attention to themselves, and the camera has them very often, which takes away more from the audience.
Let's take 1 minute now. On your side, turn to a partner and talk about your agree or disagree points, or maybe something you've already heard. Feel free to change sides if you want, but check in with each other on what you have written down in terms of your opinion.
Second, it supercharges active listening. To effectively participate, students must genuinely hear and understand what their peers are saying. It's about building bridges of understanding, even when opinions differ.
So let's go back to the agree. How about a new direction? At will, whenever you're ready. Absolutely. You don't have to ask, you just move. However, as you switch sides, we should hear why you agree now. I want you to articulate that point, Takai.
I agree because I feel like when celebrities go to the games, their fans are going to want to go to the games. So that way they're earning more money. And if they're not earning that money, then they can't buy equipment and they're not getting paid. If they can't buy equipment, then they can't play in NBAs.
All right. Disagree side?
Third, their communication and argumentation skills soar. They learn to express nuanced ideas clearly, concisely, and respectively, even when they feel passionately about a topic. This is about civil discourse, a skill our world desperately needs. And perhaps most profoundly, philosophical chairs fosters empathy and perspective taking. When students physically occupy a different position, even temporarily, they gain a deeper appreciation for diverse viewpoints. It helps them understand why somebody might hold a different belief, even if they don't ultimately agree. The implementation is flexible. Start with a clear, debatable statement. Establish strong norms for respectful dialogue and evidence-based reasoning. Model the process. Emphasize that the goal is not to win, but to explore ideas, to understand, and to grow. Philosophical Chairs empowers our scholars to become active agents in their own learning. It shifts them from being passive recipients of information to engaged critical thinkers who can confidently navigate a complex world of ideas. For a complete guide on philosophical chairs and other AVID strategies, please visit our website below. And thanks for watching.